Hey guys, welcome back in. Gonna continue some more Abandoned Permadeath. So I did make it to my second system and unlocked my suit upgrades and all that. A few things I want to do here before I actually start getting down to looking at planets. Let's see here. Move these over. Let's see if I can get this put in. Alright, at least we'll have that done. And actually, do I have extra? I thought maybe I had some extra stuff. Go ahead and fill that up. We will actually get a couple things binding. Alright, so yeah, I do want to go use the terminal, sell off a couple things, and pick up a couple things. So we'll do that right now. More of that going. If there's anything I can buy that I might want. Go grab some meditation. Alright, at least I know where I can get solar mirrors and computers now too. I don't have the blueprints unlocked for those yet. So we're going to go call in the anomaly. We're going to do a little bit of running around. Maybe a little bit of warp, and I got to go back to my first system again to get my anomaly backpack slot. But we're going to go buy a bunch of blueprints as well. I'm going to start checking this system out a little bit. The Viking system, so hopefully I can find a decent multi-tool and hopefully an interceptor. Alright, and this is done. We need a lot of chromatic metal, so just try to keep on top of that. I should try to keep an eye on is I want to see if there's any hazardous flora. No, none in here. Yeah, if you keep an eye out for hazardous flora missions, you can get a glyph. All you do is you initialize the mission, go down to the glyph, or go down to the grave, but don't interact with the grave. You put down a base computer, and then go back to the anomaly. Just don't do the mission. And abort the mission, and then you can fast travel down to that base. Alright, so we do have an upgrade here. It's not very good. These are never good. They're always C-class, and they're pretty junky. But it is better than what I have. I think we will just take it for now. And then get rid of our current multi-tool. Right now, slot-wise, I got 8 as opposed to 17 when it's repaired, so... one thing I do want to do, I want to make sure I have a way to charge my terrain manipulator, and I'm going to have to use ferrite dust for that, so... you know what, I think I can just make do with... Yeah, I really can't. I need to have a bolt caster installed. Let's just have a bolt caster. Oh, I just got one installed. Okay, so we're gonna go compare. I'm gonna take that. Alright, so we're gonna have to mess around here for a few seconds. Kind of move stuff all together. Alright, let's alter this thing a little bit. Everything I need in there. I probably will end up dismantling this stuff. Alright, that. This. So, set that down there. See, I don't have any upgrades for this bolt caster yet, but yeah, I want to keep that other slot open though. What's this need? Okay, we're just gonna repair that. Make things a little bit easier on us. And up there. Yeah, not a pretty layout, but it'll do the job for now, I guess. Alright, so I can't really install much of anything. Personal force field I don't even bother using. I always forget I even have it. So we'll do something like this for now. Not a pretty layout, but it'll get the job done. So we're just gonna put in like one, yeah, that's all I need just to get started. Okay, rip this out. Actually, just run that to the 2. You know what? Let's get that installed as well. Let's get a little bit of mobility out of some of this. And that was really bad, right? Yes. Yeah, this is a really bad module. You know what, let's just get rid of that. I'm doing that for the wiring loom. Toss this in here, get a couple nanites for that. What did I need for that advanced mining laser? I'm going to need a seal and a tube. Right, at least we can get our advanced mining laser. So I think that layout will work alright for now. Actually, what does this? Takes glass, so... Alright, see, like, I can't use terminals here or anything, but I can use this. And I can also use the terminal on the other side for crafting blueprints. Alright, so there's a few things I always unlock first. It'll be my medium refiner, nutrient processor. That is it in here for now. Yeah, I kind of want the landing pad. I just Actually, let's just grab the landing pad. Alright, we're gonna buy our roamer. Now in this challenge you can use any exocraft you want. I always just go with the roamer. You know, the Colossus has a lot more space in it, but you know, I'm not gonna have to worry about space after a while because I'm gonna be unlocking drop pods, so I'm not too worried about all that extra space, and the roamer will hold what I need. So, alright, grab a few things in here. What I'm looking for are these green crates and the barrel. So I do have to unlock a few things to get down there. Let's see, so I'm gonna need that and this. So unlock this stuff. Okay. Then grab this step ladder and the wooden pallet. The wooden pallet I just used to shrink down items. Again, I'm not going to be doing a lot of building here, so I'm just looking for specific items. I'm going to get a lantern, just for some extra light. Get a mineral extract, get all of this stuff for mining. I'm going to skip on that for now. I do want a proximity switch. Yeah, again, I can only build one real base, so I'm just grabbing stuff that I know I'm gonna want. Alright, we will get this, and stand-in planter for extra carbon. If I end up getting nip somewhere, then I'll come back and get the recipe, but for now I'm just going to skip it. I'm going to grab that. Small floor. Ramp. Some short walls. That. That. And the power door. Grab some arch. Alright, so we already have one roof unlocked, I think. I'm just going to stick with that one roof piece for now. Stone I'm not going to look at. A couple things I want in here. Cylinder sphere I don't need. Alright, so we are using up pretty much like all our salvage data now. Storage containers are completely off limits, but typically I would unlock one of those. It was a different challenge. We'll grab that. Alright, we have our building stuff. Go over to our crafting menu. Alright, so unlock these. See, I'm not going to be doing much like underwater stuff or anything, so I'm just skipping the amino chamber for now. And we'll grab the solar mirror. Alright. So as you see, you go through nanites really quick. So then I'll work on maybe a couple things here, depending on how far in the game I get. I may do like some explosive under the glass, circuit boards, stuff like that. Depending on how long I keep this. Yeah. Depending on if I need money more than anything. Alright, so actually we're gonna go back to our first system. Oh, let's go back down here. I've got to get my exosuit slot. Yeah, this is where you're going to be spending your money, is on your exosuit, you know, ones that you buy. So we're at 24,000. My tech, yeah, you see how expensive my tech is. So I'm just going to start unlocking some cargo when I buy them. Alright, now we're gonna go back to our first system. Alright, so previous system. When I get over here, I do want to check the terminal in the space station, because I think there was magnetized ferrite here, but I can't remember. If there is, I want to grab some of that. Okay, yep, there's some magnetized ferrite, so I want to buy all that. Let's see. Alright, these gloves. Yeah, let's get those installed. Actually, let's hold off. I want to wait till I have a few more slots. That I can't install, and well, I need 5 wire looms for that. That's actually way too much right now. Okay. Alright, so we'll hit the anomaly, grab a backpack slot, and then we're gonna warp back to the system we were just in. Yeah, I have a habit of forgetting to go back to my first system when I get the anomaly unlocked, so... Actually, I do need 100 tritium. See if we can grab some of that out here real quick. We have a little bit of room in our backpack, in our ship now, so mining up asteroids should be pretty easy. Get a little bit of extra stuff too. Yeah, I need more tritium for the ship terminal thing. All right, so we got enough of that. Grab a few more rocks here. I don't think I need tritium for much more, but figured might as well start gathering a little bit more gold and stuff too. Okay, silver. I'm not really bothered about the the silver because it seems like I run into silver quite a bit. So. All right, be good enough for now. I'll bring in the anomaly. I need that 100 tritium for the terminal. Let me toss that platinum in here. Yeah, it's going to be a shorter stream this time. Got a whole lot of stuff I got to do today, so might end up jumping on tonight for a little bit as well. It's been a really busy day today. So we're 49, this was 60 something. Yeah, we're gonna stick with cargo for now. Alright, so actually, let's take a look at this multi-tool. And it's pretty much the same thing that was in the other one. So I'm just gonna go and take that. And let's see here. Actually, let's break this all down. I won't be able to do anything with the mining beam, but I'll be able to make some NO2s. So those are going to be for free. Just stick them in here for now. And what I'm going to do is go sell that multi-tool. I would just double check to make sure I have the one I want to scrap on me. So you get a little bit of money for it, but more importantly, you get things to upgrade. So, yeah, actually, let's get rid of this one too. Same deal, just dismantle whatever you can, and turn around and sell it. Alright, you get an expansion out of that as well, so that does help out. Actually, probably put it right in my ship. Yep. Alright, so I'm going to toss that to my ship. And see if these things are any good. Because I don't have a merchant where I can go sell modules, so these are kind of a waste. Okay, this fauna one's definitely a waste, so we're going to just dismantle that. Now you see I get 40 chromatic metal and 1 wiring loom back, so that will help me out. Still do that, I guess. Yeah, these things are kind of in the way. Alright, we're going to move this. Alright, let's see what we get for mining beams. These are normally really bad. Yeah, heat dissipation, I don't care about that. Heat dissipation and speed, that's okay for now. Until I find something better. Alright. So the main thing is I ended up getting wiring looms out of them, so I'm gonna stick those in my ship for now. Alright, so typically what I would do is I would just break that stuff right down, but for the time being it's not gonna hurt anything. So but I'm gonna end up switching to a different multi-tool soon anyway. So I'm gonna want to return to my previous system. What I'll do is I'll run across to the trade terminal and sell off the stuff I just got from those multi-tools. Because I have a habit of forgetting to sell that stuff, and I get down to the planet and notice that I never sold it, so. that was everything. Yep. Actually, do I have... Toss some of that in there. Oh, I should have used that tritium. That's alright. See if there's anything to buy. I don't think so. Alright. Right, my multi-tool sucks right now, so it might take a little bit to take down the resonators. We'll just have to see how strong they actually are. Alright, so that's not the one. Okay, this is going to be our planet, so we'll head out down there. Head down there and see what we have. At least it's a lush planet, so I can get my paraffinium there and get started on an exocraft. Alright, and we have a white planet. Not bad. Of course, the color's going to change when we get down here, though. Because it's dissonant. Alright, it still stayed pretty white, though. Nice. Some people never find a white planet in this game, so... not bad. And... I am not seeing... anything dissonant about this at all. Let's see what's over here. Alright, we have a marker, so this planet isn't dissonant. Well, that's actually really unfortunate. Looks like we're going to be going to a different system. Alright, some buried tech. Might as well grab that. Oh, that's way up in the sky. If you have any paraffinium that's really close. I don't want to be running all over the place for it. Alright, so there is one not too far away. Run over and grab that. Now I want to see if I can get at least like 300 of this. I'd like to have extra on me. But I need to get the silicate powder, so grab some right here. At least get this thing charged up before I get all the way up to that deposit. Close to enough. Almost there. There we go. Oh, and I want to craft some ammo. Oh, there it is. I'm going, where the heck is it? So 2,500 would be enough. I think we're capped at 3,000. So that will work for now. If there's any other stuff. Right, I'll grab that tech. And how are we? The hydrogen, we're good. Alright. Make sure I start scanning some stuff too. Where's my hotspot? Must have accidentally clicked off it. Good size deposit. Yeah, I don't know why the game does that a lot of times. It'll say that a planet's dissident, but it isn't. Actually, it's really annoying. It seems to happen like the first time, like the first distant system you find. For some reason, that's what I find anyway. It's definitely not the first time it's happened. Alright, so we only need 150 for this. But I always like to get 300 just in case I accidentally forget to pick up my summoning station. So I always try to keep 300 on me. Because I don't have the radars or anything yet to install, so I'm just going to hold on to the paraffinium. What I could do is actually go ahead and make the station and put some extra stuff, you know, some stuff I have in my inventory and then to hold on to for now. Could always do that. Alright, so what do we... Alright, we have our staff. Let's just grab the rest of this. It's just going to go up the sides. About as much of this as I can. Good. Let's get this refilled. Alright. I'm going to take that extra paraffinium and just run it off, make ferrite dust out of it. Alright. Get that reloaded. God, I've been reloaded like crap. See a little bit of sodium as well. Got that. Very much on this planet to dig up. You get a bunch of humming sounds. So I think we're just going to head back for our ship, grab some oxygen. Hopefully. Alright, I do have a sentinel somewhere around me. I just want to see how much it's going to take to kill this guy. So it's not too bad. Alright, so head for our ship. It's somewhere around here. There it is. At least that's a lot quicker than using my mine and laser. Let him get triggered. Alright, let's take him out. Sentinels will still be looking for me. We'll just let them count down and we'll take off, go to that minor settlement. I think it's probably going to take like probably like 8 shots to take down one of those resonators. Get in a few scans. Okay, so I have a feeling this planet might become like our new, like our home base planet. What I might do is just drop down a temporary base over at that minor settlement. I'd like to find curious deposits though. I'd like to see if there's any here. We'll see what this minor settlement looks like though. Alright, see, yeah, now it's saying there's no dissidence here. But I might be able to find a better multi-tool here too. Alright, what's our fuel look like? Alright. Run in here. Alright, so that's really not much better than what I have. It's a higher class, but we have 19 slots compared to 17. I should pick it up. I just don't want to keep getting more and more multi-tools though. You know, and I'm just going to take it. Do the same thing, just go and strip it right down. And then just make sure I switch back to my main multi-tool. Alright, yeah, like I didn't get modules or anything out of that, I just have the nanotubes. which I'll just hold on to for now. See if there's anything in that. Okay, we got a exosuit. Where's that other one? Oh, I got rid of it. Alright, what's this one gonna give me? Alright, we got a little bit of shield now. That'll help out. Let's get this out of here. Toss a little bit of that uranium in here. Alright, and get this refueled. I always like to try to keep this thing over 50%. Alright. Alright, we do have resonators. Alright, there's no nanite machine here, unfortunately. I think sometimes they're here, sometimes they're not. No, there's no... I thought there was some outbuildings here. Yeah, because I know I have easy access to a terminal. I always loot everything in out of these and just sell what I don't want. So I did get a couple things. Alright, get quite a bit of those now. Okay. Actually, let's just run that off. I'll get one nanite out of that. Run around, get these eggs. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to walk up to each of them and melee them. Make sure you don't melee it twice. We got 4 clusters. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot this first one and then just go clockwise, counterclockwise around, just fill this up too. Alright, just going to punch that one. Sometimes it is easier to melee them. You have to be really comfortable with your stuff to do that, though. So laser's the safest way. So that should be most of them. Grab that one. Jump in here real quick. Alright, so we do have one more out here. Alright, we're gonna just fly away a little bit. And our visor, we got one more over there. Alright. We'll just head inside. Oh, and I don't have to put that down anymore. You can just drag these right in. Oh, there's something in there. Actually, can I stack these up over 150? Nope, I have to take it out every time. Yeah, because we're gonna need quite a few nanites just to get the scanners for the Exocraft, so start building those back up. We probably have enough for the first one. We definitely don't for the second one, though. Alright, I think I will just toss down a temporary base computer here. If I want to get to a Sentinel planet, or a distant planet rather. I'm just going to toss down one of these here. And if I decide to come back here and build a home base, at least I have a decent planet for it, so let's name this Whitewash Temp. Do a quick screenshot. Alright. Oh, and I'll just sell off that Pugnium. Not going to get much of anything for it, but it won't be clogging up room. Alright, and that's good. You take a look at this map again. Yeah, it says this is Dissidence. It's not. I'm pretty sure that isn't either. Let's, we'll scan that on the way out just to see what it is. Let me fly a little bit low here. Go north. I just want to see if I can find what the exotic item is here. There's a good chance it's going to be curious deposits. The bad thing is you have to kind of fly right over them for them to show up on your HUD. Building. I should be doing this in third person. Alright, we're gonna holo terminus. And nothing there. Actually head back over to the holo terminus, grab the nanites out of it. And plus it's free parking. Oh, there's no buildings here. Let's use this. Actually, let me drop that volume down. I just realized I turned it up the other day. There. It's not so loud. Alright, got a building over there. I wonder if that's that structure I just looked at. Alright, Yeah, what I'm looking around for are curious deposits. We got sediment plants everywhere. Actually, let's grab this salvage container. We have a little bit of room. Probably just dig this out in my ship, but I would just do it this way. So it gives me a chance to grab stuff like oxygen. But I am starting to get a little bit low on that. Angering him. Go back here. Yeah, sometimes you can get some good stuff out of those salvage containers. Then other times you just get junk you don't really need. Alright, that's actually way too far away. I wish I could like untag stuff when I do that. Alright, see if we got anything good out of that. Alright, we got a weapon. Alright, so what do we have? Reload and damage, at least it'll help out a little bit. Alright, now we got some of this junk that we can sell off. Actually, this one is a landing platform, okay. That might sell pretty high. We're gonna continue north. Oh, we have our one of these, whatever they call them. Oh yeah, there is salvageable scrap here. That's right. I'm not gonna bother doing that stuff though. Actually, this planet probably wouldn't be too bad for it. Let's see if we can land. That would be a good first start. First thing. This planet is pretty flat, so I mean there are hills, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drop down a actually I was thinking this is one that you could actually I can only use one exocraft, so that's not going to work for me. I was just going to drop down a beacon, but that's not, it's going to be useless. Alright, continue north. I might come back here later on, run around, and see if I have curious deposits here. If not, I have a planet I can get them on, but I don't really want to do it like that. I want to just find them myself. Because one of the planets in the anomaly has curious deposits on it. One of the featured bases. I'm not going to spend too much time. Do one more scan, see if a building pops up. So we've got nothing. I'm seeing a lot of sediment plants here, so those are going to be albium pearls, but that's about it. Alright, we're done here. Oh, I changed my mission log. Go back to this. I should have a planet marked. What that is. Okay. Yep. So we're going to see if we can find a different dissident system. Alright, says that one is, that's Corvax. Alright, we have another Viking. We're gonna head there. And I'll hit the space station first and hit the anomaly, then head down to the planet. Well, hopefully it's a decent planet. And I might be able to see it right from here. Sentinels. Alright, so it's going to be that moon. That one probably is actually dissident too. A lot of times you'll find them on swamps. Missing one. Alright, we'll hit the space station first. Yeah, it's going to be kind of a shorter stream today. I went a lot longer than I thought I did last night. Plus I just got a bunch of stuff to do today, so. Get all our free stuff and our suit slot and nanites. I always have to grab the nanites first so I don't forget them. Checking out that. Actually, can I can't scrap these here, can I? No. Yeah, for some reason this always happens. Inventory full, but you've got plenty of slots. So 58,000, this is still 60 something, so let's go with the cargo slots. So I got junk out of that. That station. Oh, I have those Corvette parts too. I want to see what those sell for. I don't plan on using a Corvette, so I'm just going to use that for money. Grab that. Anything that I can get for free. So we're going to sell off those Corvette parts. those actually go for quite a bit. Okay, that one's not much. Yeah, 3.5 million for that. Alright. I mean, we just did get a good amount of money. So you don't have to do very much to get a good payday for those. Alright, and should have extra junk to sell. And is there anything worth buying? Yeah, when I have the room, I'll start buying some of this other stuff. What about that magnetite ferrite, though? Let me grab 60 of that. Yeah, I'm just gonna grab 60 for now. I thought about grabbing all of it. Alright. Oh, and I can't see that frame. Thought I could mark it. Actually, can I mark these? Oh, I can't really tell which one it was, though. I know it's like a marshy planet. Oh, actually, it's telling me what the planets are. I want the Rican moon. So I'll go ahead and mark that, I guess. Oh, and I want to see what my launch thrusters are. Alright, so I'll just get that charged up first. Alright. So let's see what this planet is. Oh, and actually, I'm gonna grab my backpack slot too. When we get close to the planet, I'll just bring in the anomaly. I don't want to forget to grab that. Alright. We'll just bring that in. It will actually give me a chance to grab that other multi-tool also. I think the only mods you get out of the multi-tools are actually that was a B class that I picked up, so I should get a B class scanner and possibly a mining laser. I don't think you get weapon mods out of scrapping, but I'm not totally sure. Actually, we have another one here that we can grab. But I can break the stuff down and get wiring looms. So we're gonna take that. Alright, I'm gonna continue to just buy. Actually, let's buy that one. And alright, we got 9 salvage data. Let's grab. Actually, the cylinder I don't really use. There's get the glass roof, and oh, I already have that one unlocked. All right. Get our triangle. Then I'm going to go to the alloy parts, grab the floor, and actually let me go to technology. I'm going to want the light box, light floor, use that for glitch building. And let's grab this other landing pad. get the teleport wire for now. And actually, let's grab the oxygen harvester. I have a lot of issues with these, so I don't tend to use them. But maybe it'll work fine this time. Alright, gonna look at our multi-tool. I'm not gonna bother breaking that down. Actually, yeah, let's just break it down. I'm gonna end up needing those carbon nanotubes. Sure. Put this paraffinium down here. I need to start getting together some wiring looms. This is like the easiest way to do it. Just to scrap multi-tools. Alright, so flame scrap. And switch to that other one. Oh, I have a ship. I forget about those. I need to get rid of those. This one, yeah, that's the B class. It's already broken down, so hopefully I can get some B class modules out of this. Alright. Hopefully these will be a little bit better. Oh, I did get a bolt caster. Toss that in. Alright, so a little bit of damage. Can I fix any of this? Yeah, it's not worth fixing. So I'm gonna boy, what am I gonna do with this? Yeah, I'm just gonna rip that out for right now. See what these give me. Alright, so that one's bad, so rid of that. What our scanner? Flora and mineral. Alright, so we're gonna get rid of that one, move that up. This probably isn't good. Yeah, get rid of that. Mining beam, that's probably gonna be bad. Yep, alright. Good, so we just got 4 more wiring looms. And more stuff to sell off. Alright. So I'm just going to stick this stuff in my ship for now. Yeah, I need to see if I can pick up some oxygen on this planet too. I need to remember to sell those ships off too. Yeah, I don't have much room, so right now I do have a little. I have enough to scrap those 2 ships, I think. I just don't want to waste the fuel. I just want to go see what this planet looks like. Because I've got to jump off in like a half hour, so I want to just go see what this planet's like. See if I can get a couple echolocators, maybe find a camp. I'm not going to bother with that. There shouldn't be any animals on the glitch planets. I will check after though, before I leave this system, but typically there's no creatures at all. Because that would be a quick thing in nanites if there were. That would be nice. Dissident. Waiting to see some crystals show up. Okay, I just saw some crystals. Okay. They are spread way out. We have one of these. Alright, there's some crystals. Alright. Yeah, we are going to land over here. See what's over here. And it's just a beacon. I want to go back towards these crystals though. Hop up and get our information. Alright. Grab some of these shards. Sentinel's right on me already. Like, I don't really have shields, so I don't want to do a lot of combat here. Grab some of this Atlantean. Alright, start doing some scans. There'd be a resonator around here. Oh, we got these little huts here. Those are always nice to find. Unknown building. Alright, we got a resonator over here. Let's see what he has. I'm going to want at least 3 radiant shards before getting a ship. We're going to recharge that. See, like right now, I don't care what this thing drops for me because I'm going to need a mirror regardless. I just want to keep my distance. I don't see any of those big spiders around, so I'm not too worried. I just want to see how long it's going to take to build this. See, like, the weapon this week, you don't want to go in and try to rush and kill it real quick. Let the Sentinels do their thing. Alright, detected. We'll just get a move on. I'm gonna keep spawning in all around you. Just keep on moving. That's why you want to make sure your life support is charged up. Worst comes to worst, you can always dig a hole, so they go away pretty quick. Alright, so that took a lot of hits. That took like 10 hits. I probably could have dropped it a lot quicker if I was closer. I'm playing like extra safe right now. Right, oh, it's that building. One of those. Yeah, but there's not even anything to pick up down there except for checkpoint, but or the beacon. We will run down and grab that. Yeah, I don't even have the tool, the multi-tool attachment. Yeah, I can't use my Colossus to go pick up stuff. I mean, I could probably install the attachment and just throw the regular junk away. Or if I find something that's close by, get a little bit of nanites that way. It seems like too much work, though. Very tough. Alright, what do we have? We have curious deposits. At least I know I can get them on this planet. And there's not very many. I might be able to grab a couple of these. See what I got out of that. Alright, let's just toss that in there. I don't want to go too overboard with these because I don't want to be spending a half hour doing mold. Alright, just leave them. Alright, so we'll get a resonator over there. This one, I actually want to take a closer look at. I think that has a spider. Nope, it doesn't. Let's go a closer look at him. I'm looking for echolocators now. I already have a mirror, so... Alright, inverted mirror, so we're not going to bother with him yet. Check out this one. Right, and I just saw one of those snapping plants, so I want to be on the lookout for those. I'm mainly looking for echolocators. That's going to be a mirror, another mirror. So just avoid that one. See if we can find another. Alright, got one over here. Alright, so this is something I don't like to do. So I get this refilled. Electricity will kill you in this mode, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just dig a hole. We're going to camp out down here for a few minutes, let the storm go past. See, if I had protection or something, it wouldn't be too bad, but this, I don't want to mess around with electricity. We'll give this curious deposit ran off. Alright, so we get our mirror, and we have 3 of those, so that's all we're going to need for a ship. We just have to find a camp now. I wasn't sure how far away that guy was. Right. actually says. See, your protection doesn't go up in this mode, so you don't really want to rely on it. So just wait for this to pass and head down there. Let this stuff finish up. Actually, can I toss a battery in there to refill that? Put the rest of that going. I wish my multi-tool was a little bit stronger than that. Actually, let me store that one. Swap these around, see if it helps out. Helped out a little bit, I guess. You get a higher fire rate too. The storm should be almost done. Anything else in here? Not really. Just gonna stick our head out here, see if that storm's still going on. Should be good. I got two of them again. It's nice when you get two of them right next to each other like this. Got both mirrors. Oh, no, one of them does have an echo. Okay. Yeah, we're just gonna give him a little bit of distance. Oh, it's got a little bit of oxygen in it too. Let's get our echo. See if we get a mirror while we're here. Gotta be ready to run though. Wow, it's taking forever to kill this thing. Alright. Let's start heading out. Yeah, a lot of times when you do this, it's not the sentinels that get you, it's the little hazardous plants, especially those little whipping plants. And when you're running away or whatever, they tend to hit you. You really mess up your day. Get these shards. Yeah, I'm gonna need a bunch of this stuff to repair a multi-tool if I find one I like here. We have one over here. I'm surprised no sentinels attack me a lot quicker than that. I think I may have already looked at these two. don't know why the swarm is way over there. Mushroom. Alright, I need to keep an eye on my inventory. And grab 2 shards. Alright, now... Oh yeah, I don't really have much room in there either. Okay, let's throw that away. I'm gonna want to make sure I have some extra room in my backpack when I get over to that camp. I want to be able to loot all those wheelbarrows. We got an extra mirror, let's just refine that. Ooh. Don't want to run into those storms too much. Yeah, it's the bad thing about those storms, they just kind of randomly pop up out of nowhere. It should give you a little heads up on them. Alright, get those over here. Alright, and let me go into my log here. I wish I could, like, delete these things. You know, they stop automatically selecting themselves. Let's put this out. Get some oxygen going in. Yeah, I need to work on getting some oxygen. Alright, we're gonna pop this. See, these camps are always... It always seems like they're pretty close to where you are. It's not like hours away or anything. But there are quite a few of them on planets. I'll get down here, get a camp settled, and I'm probably gonna have to be jumping off here. I want to see what we get for a multi-tool. I'm hoping it's a rifle. Pistols are nice too, it's just rifles have more slots. Alright, so I do have 4 open slots. Do I have any room in this thing? Don't. I use up some of that. Alright, let's throw that away. I just want to be careful when I get these wheelbarrows. Alright, so goop, that's gone. Alright, want to keep that? Okay, we do have a rifle here. Void mode, so I'm not going to need that. one more wheelbarrow. I guess I did get them all. Alright, let me just jump in here for a second. See what this suspicious tech is going to be. Alright, scanner. We'll just hold on to it for right now, though. Toss that in there. I should run off this tainted metal. I'm gonna hold on to it, though. I'd like to wait till I have a stack and do it all at once. Although I'm starting to run out of room. Alright, before I even do anything, though, I put down a beacon just so I can find this camp again really easily. We'll go unlock this. Alright, so scan the registers. What, a 16, 6, 12. Alright, we should get our cosmetic backpack. There we go. That's deactivated, and get the location for a ship. Alright, and check this out. Alright, it's just a C class, but we're going to take it. I'm gonna have to see if I can find a better camp. Alright, look at that. Yeah, that thing's total garbage. Just swap over right now. We're gonna go take a look at that ship. Pick it up, I guess. Then go up to the space station and save up there. If I get on later on, I want to run around and see if I can get some more echolocators. I gotta do something with my inventory too. Move some stuff around or sell off some stuff. Alright. Alright, and not a bad looking ship. Alright, it's just going to be a C class. And I'm gonna run out of room. Alright, so don't have any open slots in there. Alright, so burn that off. Open this resonator. Alright, actually get rid of that portable refiner. I'll probably regret doing that. Alright, let's rip this out. Might as well just get rid of this tainted metal. Alright. I always make sure to interact with this. No, nothing good in that one, so... But you can get stuff like walker brains and quad servos, stuff like that out of those. Oh, we'll go throw the brain. Yeah, I'm gonna have to clean up my inventory a little bit, because I want to scrap those ships. Probably scrap this one too. And I need to start unlocking some more backpack slots. But doing these is a good way to learn a lot of words too. You end up getting, you know, 3 words with every monolith, and they really start adding up. Especially if you go around to multiple systems. You build the alphabet actually kind of quickly. I mean, there's still like 700 words to learn, so it's not like you're gonna do it in an afternoon. Alright, so percent brain. Alright. I'm gonna go pick up that ship. Head for the space station. Oh. Fill that. Alright, so it's going to cost me 44 to fill up. Actually, I think it's going to be 50 to fill up. If I had a little bit of fuel left. So for each stack of uranium, I should be able to get 6 recharges. The bad thing is when you're doing this, you do use up a lot of fuel. So that's where like the efficient thrusters comes into play. So let's go claim this. Alright. And there's really nothing special about this. Like, I don't even think you can break down most of this stuff. Alright, so I can still use tritium, hugnium, regular warp cells. Too bad because I like it. I like how the layout's like this. You know, they're all solid. There's no big gaps anywhere. I'm gonna go and claim. Now I can't. Actually, I might end up using this for a bit. I don't know. I don't know. I'd rather find a higher class though. Alright, we do have those. I thought I saw a resonator when I pulled in here. What do I have for room though? Yeah, I saw a resonator when I landed. It was in front of my ship. Alright. Yeah, we got a resonator right here. Go see if he's got an echolocator. That way I can be ready for a different camp. No inverted mirror, so I'm not going to bother. I'm going to jump off here. So we're just going to head to the space station and save up there. And I'll figure out what the heck I'm going to do with these ships. I need to get rid of them. Oh, I got a multi-tool too. Actually, I'm gonna say that the anomaly. I thought I had an anomaly out here already. Let's just bring it in here. Yeah, I'll save here, and then when I load in later on, I'll get rid of that extra multi-tool and just warp over to the space station. Yeah, I'm gonna have to build my exocraft soon, because that'll give me some more room. to mess around with. But I gotta jump out here, guys. I appreciate everybody taking the time to check this out, and I will see you next time.